Alright, Jerry and Tal, I wanted to do a bit of a show and tell thing here real quick, because I'd been talking to you guys about Star Citizen. it, I just basically wanted to do a quick rundown. Like, I mean, like Jerry, I looked into this game when it was first coming out on, uh, what do you call it, little pledging program crap. And I put a little bit of money towards it because it looked interesting, but like I came back and took a look at it more recently, and I was blown away by what they'd done so far and what they're planning on doing. So I kind of sat down and did a bunch of research and watching stuff, and like the level of detail they're putting into this game just blows my mind. I couldn't pass it up, so I pledged a little bit, and I bought a starship and whatnot. But I just thought I'd show you kind of what I was talking about. These are all fully scalable.
Remember, it's going to get hot.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of recording.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, all these things are fully scalable, but yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour. The ship is designed to be crewed by like 4 people, and you can go out and do your little missions and whatnot, or you can kind of see all these engine. There's 4 of them. They all maneuver, dealing with your pitch and yaw and stuff. And then you've got like, I don't know, these things that like feet off and stuff like that on the sides. They're pretty cool. They slide back and forth. You can't really see it, but underneath here, and I'll show you in a minute, there's actually like a turret. You can kind of see inside the ship a little bit. There's one on top too. They're like mounted turrets. You have to kind of see what we're working with here. And then I'm kind of see if I can get around here real quick. Forget how I got up there. This is kind of like all this stuff slides and maneuvers. It actually responds based off of the directions that you're traveling and stuff like that. It's pretty nifty, man. I've never seen anything like it before. And then this is the other, you can kind of see this one better than you could on the bottom. This whole thing right here is all armor plating. This slides off, and there's another turret underneath here. You can kind of see the chair there. And I'll get in that from the inside here in a second. Here you can kind of see the level of detail they've put into these. I mean, this is just like a module. The game's going to be released in separate individual modules, so you can it allows the pledgers to get involved early on and kind of help out with the development process, which I thought is pretty cool. So like, I mean, there's not like actual stuff you can do right now, but just kind of seeing what they're working on is basically the whole point of this. You can see this ship is like designed to be crewed by 4 people. You can kind of see like, I mean, this stuff is all way pre-alpha too. I mean, they've made that clear. Like, this is all early game stuff. But I don't know. I looked at it and it just blew my mind. I was like, oh man, this is not anything I've seen before. You kind of see like. Excuse me. But like, I mean, just, I don't know, some of the stuff. Ah, damn it. I don't know, this just, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, this is everything I've ever looked for in a space sim, I mean, this, like, I don't know if you can really see all that well down here. The top one's not available yet, but you can kind of see. The turret follows my mouse, so if I look to the left, the turret goes to the left. If I look to the right, the turret goes to the right. There's not a whole lot of functionality to it right now, but it's just like I said. And there's two of these, so there'd be like a bottom gunner and a top gunner, and you can kind of see, like, you get in the chair and it slides down, and then this one comes down from the top when they use this feature. So, like, you know, you'd have a crew captain or whatever. I don't know. It's nifty as shit. Back here, this is like the cargo hold. You can kind of see they got like airlocks and stuff, and like all this stuff is actually like when you dock with like space stations and stuff. This is the like these things function. These are actual airlocks. I'm just seeing some of like the early footage of it, like the stuff that they're still working on. I mean, I spent hours watching stuff on this last night. So, but down here is actually, you can't really see it all that well, but there's another starship underneath here. It carries its own independent fighter. So you'd have like two gunners and then a pilot and then another fighter pilot that like you board this thing comes up, right, and you get inside the ship that's underneath here, and it drops it out from the bottom of the ship, like it's like a little its own mini hangar bay. And like it's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see a little bit of it, but like that was just too cool, man. I saw that and I was like, man, that's awesome. Everything in this game is going to be like personal skill based, so there's no training of skills. It's not like, you know, like Eve where we have to sit there and, you know, training queues online and stuff like that. It's all gonna be like FPS style action based stuff, so it's really interesting, but it still has a ton of like RPG style elements and stuff. Like I don't know, I just saw it blew my mind, like the level of detail that had been put into stuff like this. Like you can see, like they didn't just, you know, it's not just, you know, and like I said, all this stuff is like way pre-alpha, but just like the fact that it's fully scalable, and like it's kind of hard to explain, but like you see that there's a spaceship underneath here, right? And this is the cargo base. So what happens is like all this stuff is actually designed to be loaded and unloaded, like functioning. Like, and it's not just this ship; it's every one of the ships they got. They have demos for all sorts of different stuff. But like basically, what happens is underneath the ship, this whole underneath here where the starship comes out, they drop the starship down, the starship slides out. But this whole floor right here, actually, you can kind of see it right here. The floor actually like drops out from the center after the starship's been moved, and the cargo can be dropped down and unloaded. They're gonna have like I don't know, it's sort of like claw-based thing that like lifts and drops stuff in and out of the it's just like that. I don't know, mind blown, man. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a teaser here so you can kind of see what I was talking about. I mean, you can tell. You can see like it actually everything is functioning. There's some turrets back there and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Blows my mind, bro. Blows my mind.